Cheap. Right. Welcome back, everybody. We are the Hayastan Grappling Basics for the Karate Connection MMA. So hopefully you have your grappling dummy. I have my friend here, Billy, here, that I can use to choke. Hopefully you have your grappling dummy you made. If you don't, you need to go back and make it. That way you have something to play with. That way you can utilize techniques so you don't have to ghost grapple, and you can actually do techniques with your friend. Easy, just to let you know, you need a pillow, hoodie, beach towel, and maybe 3 to 5 rubber bands. That'll make it. I threw a gi top on them and a belt. Why? Because it looks more realistic, and it also has more things holding it together. So the part is easy. I had this dummy for a week or two. He's moved around a little bit, but overall, worked out great. Okay, so make sure you have one of these, and we'll get you going. We're going to start out with just some nice stretches to start out today. If you need a warm-up, I highly recommend people in grappling or system that you do the MMA fitness kickboxing. Jump in there, they're only doing 30-second intervals. Get that for your warm-up. You'll be toasty when you're ready for that, and then hop in here and work the grappling technique. So make sure you do that for your warm-up. Right now we're just going to do a little stretch out, and then we'll get into some techniques. But definitely do the MMA fitness kickboxing warm-up. Stretch. You'll be ready for this, and it'll help your conditioning. A lot of times when people switch legs, a lot of times when you do things, you get to a tournament and you feel like, I don't have any gas. Well, it's because your cardio is so bad. So it doesn't hurt to do extra cardio to build up. You get to see we got some watchers. Awesome, awesome. Stretch a little bit. And butterfly. A lot of techniques you can do with a dummy. Just gotta be a little creative how you do things. Monday I kind of tweaked a lot about take what they give you in grappling and don't force it so much. And that's still a very important concept. You know, I always tell people, you gotta think about legs out straight. Is that you can't always overpower your opponent in grappling, and it's important to take what they give you and build on it. If they give you an arm that's straight, you've got all kinds of straight locks. If the arm is bent, you got all kinds of neat bent locks. They give you a leg, you take a leg. They give you their back, you take their back. They give you a neck, take the neck. Take what they give you. That's important. All right, stretch it out a little more. All right, keep it going. As far as you can reach, whatever, you can touch the toes, go ahead if you can. No problem. All right, get a little hip flexor in there and get a stretch like this, hip flexor. Drive that hip forward. See who we got watching. We got a few watchers here. Some people watching. Good to see. Good to see. Hey, Tucker, what's up? Hey, Victor, what's going on? Okay. So again, like I said, make sure you get that warm up. We're just doing a little stretch for this class, then we'll get some techniques going. Nice. Okay, good. So let's go a little review session here. And then I'll have some new stuff today, as usual. They don't have to have a gi to do some of the techniques. And of course, if it's a gi technique, then obviously you need to have a gi on. Or technically, the hoodie could represent a gi, or a t-shirt can be representing a gi top. Okay, so don't forget, you can choke people in real life with the collars. Okay, you don't need to have a grappling top or a gi on. You can utilize all this fun stuff, okay? Get a little closer and see a little better. Trying to make sure I can see in the camera. Okay, so let's do the back one. And the one I like to do a lot with the gi version is the hangman choke. There's a couple different ones. This one, I always like my favorite because they block, I reach through, grab that gi. Okay? When I'm saying gi, if they don't have a gi, you grab the hoodie in the collar zone. See, I'm grabbing in the collar zone. Go up underneath, lift up. This is important. Pull the hand around. Okay? Now, obviously, the gi is meant so we can have a little more torque and have a little more fun with it. Believe it or not, if you look at a jacket, any kind of jacket, there's stuff to grab. A lot of systems are called jacket grappling. Sambo is considered a jacket grappling. Okay, so I'm gonna do both sides. Now, as I'm talking, I want you to rep this out. Keep repping it until I switch the move. I like to do all sides. Nothing worse than I know how to do it one side. We all have a favorite side, yes. Okay, give you a side angle to make sure you get it a little better. Okay, here, so I'm reaching way across and grabbing that. Okay, hand comes up underneath and here. If he has his hand up here and you're trying to choke, you can reach with the other hand and grab it. See that? If I'm coming with this hand and he's blocking, okay, I'm gonna come back forward now. He's blocking. He's blocking there. I grab with the other hand. And then his hand slips underneath and pull around. Okay? So if he's blocking, now, getting back to what we talked about earlier, hopefully you're repping this out. If he's blocking this, you can take this instead. His hand's up and you're trying to choke here. You can grab that hand. Well, what do you want to do? Do I want to keep trying to choke? I could do the hangman choke, or I can grab this arm. Now, depending on the arm, what they're doing, I could come underneath. I'm just going to move this out of the way so you can see a little bit. I can drop back, fall right back into an arm bar. Make sure when you do an arm bar, your knees are squeezing tight. Your heels, this is where a lot of people get really out of kilter, is they'll keep their legs out straight like this. You need to pull that in tight. Dig the heels right into their body. Squeeze and then arch. Now, everybody has a different flair in how to hold the hand. My theory is I want to hold the hand or the arm so that they're not going to take it away. They're not going to outpower me, hopefully. So what I'll do is I call, one of my favorite, obviously my instructor taught it to me, so one of my favorite ways of doing is to go and choke the arm. Okay? It looks like I'm choking. Okay? And I got it in there. I'm kind of choking the arm really tight. And then I can arch up and do that. And the reason I want to do that is I want to make sure I have a solid, ample grip. As you know and I know, when you choke, you have a tendency to do what? Do it harder. So if you're grabbing independently like this with your hands, you're not as strong. If I'm locking and choking that arm as I'm doing the move, it's definitely going to be stronger. So that's something to think about. You should be repping this. If you're still thinking about this, you should be repping it, okay? I'm up here, he's blocking, okay? You can also do this too. You can fake him out. If he's blocking on this side, his arm's just hovering there. The other side, and just kick over and hit this side. Okay? And again, what are my heels doing? Pulling in. That is so important. So many people don't do that when they're doing arm bar. Alright? Now this guy's arm's a little my grappling dummy that we made, homemade. I actually have grappling dummies, if you know that. I want to use stuff that you're going to use at home so you feel that you can keep training. I don't want you to use my stuff and go, oh, I don't have that beautiful dummy, it's an expensive dummy. It's okay, we have our own dummy, okay? So there's my move. There's my arch. Squeezing those knees, heels tight, tight. I'm giving that choke on that arm and that hip, all right? So again, while I'm talking, you should be doing what? Repping this out, students, right? And if you're not one of my students, that's okay, I'm not meaning you directly. But if you are, please rep these out, okay? Obviously, if you got the move, you got the time. It almost sounds like a commercial. We got the beer. I'm kidding. That's Miller beer. But again, do the reps. Pop them out, okay? So if he's doing this, I can attack that arm, or I can go to the next arm. If he might have them both up. Now it's potluck. Which one do I want? Whatever side I want to go to, okay? Okay, so I'm going under the arm. I'm going to fall back. This leg comes up over the head. And this motion, I want to pull. Now, if he doesn't fall back for some reason, I can armbar right there. From that position. If he falls down, my job is even sealed better. Bam. Okay, you can hold this way or this way. All right? If I'm holding this way, it's because the dummy's arm's short. Makes it a little harder to do. A normal arm, I can actually lock it in better. So if you see me grabbing it like this, it's because the arm is short on this dummy. Okay? And then up. All right, now, when your legs are around him, should you cross ever like this? No. Okay? Like this. Now, body triangle's different. That would be this leg coming here and hooking here. See that? That's a body triangle, okay? That's different. If you cross like this, they will leg lock you, okay? So don't forget that. If you're hooked in with your legs and they reach down, touch here. Get this dummy's arm out so you can utilize it. If you reach down here and do this, you gotta know they're gonna attack that leg. They're gonna attack that leg and do a submission of some sort, okay? And of course, you know, a bunch of leg locks do, so that's cool. So if he reaches down, I highly recommend that you move that leg and do a different submission. So if I'm here and he's got his hand up here blocking me, I'm gonna kick that leg out and put it right over his head and go right into what we just talked about, the arm bar. Take what's there. You know, we all get stuck with moves we like. My favorite move, to be honest with you, is the hangman choke. Why? I get it from so many places, but to be honest with you, my favorite move is the one that works, the one that I can get and see. Most people, you know, they push so hard to get those moves, and that's not good. So, kind of review from last week, or from Monday, but also talking about what is there. What is there is what you take. Okay? So important to remember that. All right, next one. This is a newer one we didn't work on this week. We're going to do a guard position. We're in guard here. And we're going up to do where are you at? Okay, Uma Pulada. Just make sure you're in there. Uma Pulada. We're thinking about doing that. We're here going to kick up and do this. Okay? So we start bringing our leg up here. We're just about ready to do it. And we're like, oh man, what's he doing? What's he doing? Gonna do. We have to be careful because as this goes over, if we don't have this timed right, he's gonna roll right out of it. Okay, he'll just roll right out. So again, don't forget that. They can do that as an escape. So a lot of times when you go to switch around and do the Uma Pulada, make sure you got that seatbelt there. You're holding his belt or his side, hooking him like this. So when you're doing this, you got that motion. Now the higher he stands up, the more likely he can get. The lower his head is down, the better chance you have for your submission. That's important. The head comes up. We got some cool escapes to get out of this. A little crazy, but again, they're cool. I'm not gonna cover that right this second. Right now I'm gonna talk about getting this submission. Okay, so when you're here, if he's up, if he's strong, he might even power you right over. Okay, so you wanna sit up and drive it. Drive it. I'm gonna give you another side angle here. There we go. So we're here. And make sure you sit up. Now I like to reach across. I keep this arm across my waistline, and I reach right over like this, across. Now, you can also grab underneath the head, lift his head up, master grip block, and then cross. So you're causing pain on his neck and head while you're doing that submission. Okay? Now some people like to do a little Uma Pulada. I'm okay with it. I'm not saying I don't like it. It's just not one of my favorite submissions. Lots of strong guys can lift you up and pull you back. So I'm not really keen on that. So if you want to work it, keep working. That's why I'm gabbing right now, so keep practicing it. Hit it in a few reps, okay? All right, next one I'm going to talk about that I like a little better is what if I make a mistake? This happens sometimes when you're grappling. If I'm trying to do an arm bar, just an arm bar from guard, and I grabbed the wrong arm somehow. I just made a mistake, all right? I just grabbed the wrong arm. What was I thinking? Or I rotated the wrong way, okay? Remember, there's stuff you can always do if you think about it. So, I think this is a good angle, I think. Yeah, you should be able to see it. Okay, so technically, if I want to attack this arm, I got to rotate this direction, correct? Right, okay? So, and that's important to understand, that's holding him there, okay? So I need to attack, this is his right arm. I pull it across, my right leg goes up, I rotate to my right, and my left leg comes over, okay? That's the arm bar. We've been talking about that for a couple weeks now. Now I'm gonna show you what happens if I grab the wrong arm and rotate wrong, okay? So I'm here, his hands are up here, and I put that leg up there, and I'm holding this arm here. The wrong arm. The wrong arm, I rotate. Okay? And you're like, oh man, what did I just do? This arm's over here, I got nothing. I got nothing there, okay? And then even if it's on your stomach and you go throw this leg over, look what you have. You're thinking nothing. I mean, I could do this, okay? I could do this. But a lot of times, when you got this, you're like, where am I at? What did I just do? I moved wrong, okay? So a lot of times when I'm here, I'll take the hand, I'll push it through my legs, and I kind of key lock it there, or bicep slicer. Okay, everybody call it different names. I like to call it key lock, but some people call it bicep slicer. And I push the hand through, and I'm locking it. And then I'm pulling Heels down, legs pushing, and I'm digging into it, right into that elbow joint. So again, this is me making a mistake, okay? And it's not like you're doing it on purpose. It's just you were grappling and wasn't thinking and you turned the wrong way or grabbed the wrong arm. And you're like, whoops, I'm backwards. And this happens more with the kids when you're teaching kids. I see the kids do this more than adults. Though, I don't know, somehow they just get in their head and they go the wrong arm. I don't know. You know, you tell them over and over, but it happens, okay? So got both hands here, he's posturing up. I got that leg up, and I push over, and I got the wrong arm right here. Okay, the wrong arm for the arm bar, okay? So it's right there. I'm gonna take my hand, push, come up under, make a key. I push it down by my legs, okay? Down by my legs, pull the heels in, and I'm gonna lock that. I'm gonna pull, okay? So this arm is bending like this on purpose. I lock it between my legs, squeeze my legs. This arm comes up here, I got it with no legs right now. Dig that right in. Before you get that totally locked in, push that little blade right there, right into that elbow, where the elbow bends, okay, inside that. Lock over, pull, and pull back. Now again, my legs are over top. I'm just demonstrating so you can see the technique, how it's done. Okay? And that happens on accident sometimes. So I always like to say, well, if somebody did it once, they're gonna do it again probably, even if you correct it. So it's just another little flair on it. Again, it happens with the kids. I know some of the kids watch the videos here. So adults, sometimes you make a mistake, okay? Another version of this too, like I said, if I'm doing this, and I got this arm, and this other arm's here, and I'm moving here, and I go here, and he pulls this one through, that arm through, he pulled it out. So I had it, but I lost it. Right? Now you can do your omoplata, or you can brace that through right there and get that move. Okay? All right? So you can do that motion. Okay? That motion. That one. Or, if you're here and he pulls it out, step over to your omoplata. I think I'm still there. Back up a little more. There we go. There's my omoplata. And I sit up. Reach across. Reach across. 40. Okay? He doesn't tap very often. He's unbeatable. No one's beating this guy. Okay? He's just tough. So his name's Billy. Just to introduce you guys to him. Okay, so you got a couple of versions there. You got the omoplata combo. You've got a key lock or a bicep slicer in there. Those are all neat things to do. Don't forget they're there. Take what's available. Always important. Sometimes we grab it and just kind of force things. I've always assumed in my life that everyone is stronger than me, and I need to think about what I can do to beat this person. Another rule I learned years ago in grappling is not to cross yourself. And that means taking the hand and going across your body. Once you cross yourself, they utilize it against you. The same idea. I'm in side control. Excuse me. I'm in side control. And I'm here, and I'm going for this guy's arm, and he pulls it away from me like that. Okay? That's crossing himself. He is basically taking his arm. I'm going to sit him up. Hands here, and he brings it across like this to stop whatever you're doing. He just crossed himself. Whenever he crosses himself, he's asking you to reach around his head and utilize it against him, or lay on it against him. You know, even this motion, if it's here and you push across with your chest on that, that is not comfortable for him. Okay? That's compressing that arm across. Now we can get into an arm triangle, an arm choke, all kinds of neat stuff like that. So that's a cross position. If I'm standing, but I'm doing it kneeling right now, and they reach across and grab here, he's crossing himself to a point, but he also has control. That's different. Okay? That's a little different. So don't forget, when they're on their back, it's a little different than here. That cross motion. Okay? So here, I'm going to go up a little higher. Usually when you grapple, you're really tight, but when you want to do a video, you want people to see kind of what you're doing. Person's here holding you like this, and you go after his arm, pulls it across his body. Get my hand out there so his hands are crossed. I'm gonna keep my chest on that, reach up and grab that. Now, depending what you're doing, if it's for street or sport, a lot of times I like to pull this and I'll throw my leg right over top of him like this to hold. Keep the weight on there, and I can just grab my other arm right here and drive my forearm into his neck there, right on the artery, okay? Sambo, we've done some sambo in our times too. When I first started training, I was doing sambo. Take the hand right in the neck, press right in there. That is brutal. Comes right into the jaw point right there. You hit that mechanism. They freak out because they feel like their jaw is going to break. And I've had a lot of people tap just from that little motion, just that knuckle in there, just pushing those knuckles in there, driving them in. You know, in our Hayastan grappling system, we do a lot of mean submissions too, because as you guys know, we do sambo too. Okay. So one more time on this. If I just grab this arm real quick, if I grab this arm and I rotate, and I don't control, he rotates right out. Yeah, now I can do something else, but he'll rotate right out. So I have to control where they go after I get my first grab. Control a little bit where they're moving, okay? So they're here, I'm here, pressing. He pushes up, I go to grab that hand, doesn't matter which side. He pulls across, I'm gonna follow with my chest. Because if I follow with my chest, I'm keeping weight on it, and it's stopping his hand from coming back to get out of here. It's pinned on his body. I reach up and grab. Now, before I really kick my hand, I can kick my hand right in like this and get that submission. I like to step and then get the hand in there. That way I'm sitting on him, I got control so he's not running around the whole floor or doing his famous spin out. All right, so I've been talking a while about this move for a while. I want you to rep this, people. Rep it. Rep it a few times if you like it. If you like it, rep it. If you don't, hey, it's all good. Okay, so make sure you do some movements with it. Remember, if you want to learn how to make that grappling video, go to our YouTube page. Hit on Hayastan Grappling. Click down there, you see a day of making videos of grappling video. Or you can go to the day, it says grappling dummy page. We'll look how to do it, really simple. So I want to thank everybody for participating tonight. And if you're not watching it live, watch it through the week, enjoy it. If you have questions or anything, hit me up, let me know what's up. This dummy does not include legs, so you can't make that happen with this dummy, okay? I could make one with pants someday down the road. We're hoping this crazy stuff is over soon enough to get us back here and work stuff. All right, I want to thank everybody for watching. I'll see you guys soon. As they say in Japan, jamata, which means see you later. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye. See you next week.